Good morning, it's Adam Ronin. How's it going? Welcome to another video for Horrortober that I'm doing. Yesterday you probably saw the song Black and Orange, which is one of the songs off of my upcoming EP that is coming out on October 30th. That is like a pop rock Halloween anthem called Black and Orange. Now today I'm going to show you how I made that, and the song actually started from a few samples from some horror movies that I was using, and I kind of crafted the song around that. So I'd like to kind of show you the process of how I created Black and Orange based off of a few horror samples from a couple of my favorite horror movies. Let's get started. When I started this track, I wanted to take like a couple of samples from some of my favorite movies. So what we did is actually I started with my favorite horror movie of all time, which is Fright Night from 1985. I just kind of scoured that movie for sounds that I thought would be percussive and kind of interesting. And there was a particular part when Jerry Dandridge is landing on Charlie's house. You hear this just huge crunch that's coming from when he lands on the roof or what have you. And I was like, man, that would be like a sick type of kick sound. So that was the basis of the entire song. So I brought that into Logic Pro X, and I brought it into the quick sampler here. And this is the sound that you got here. So I sampled the sound of him landing on the roof, and then I shortened it to a spot that I really like here, right there. And I added a little bit of fade on the end here. Then I gave it a little bit of dirt from Native Instruments just to give a little bit of texture and character. And I threw a little bit of a compressor on it, also from Native Instruments, threw that on there. And then I just kind of hammered on the note F for a little bit of a rhythm. And I came up with this, just a nice little droning rhythm. Bum, 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 That was the basis of the entire song. So I came up with that. And then I kind of started to loop in some different chord progressions with that. Boom, dun, dun, dun. So I built a little chord progression of that from D sharp, F, and G. And then I was kind of starting to feel that. And that was really how the basis of the whole song came, was just from this percussive thing of Jerry Dandridge landing on his neighbor's house to eat his family. Then I kind of started to mess with some more samples. So then things got a little bit different. I took the Q sampler, again, from built into Native to Logic Pro X, and I brought in the theme from Psycho when he's stabbing homegirl in the shower. And that is as such at the moment. Yeah. So you know the part. So I scoured that. And then I discovered a particular portion that I like. Right here, I've got it so it also loops towards the end. So it's a nice little, just a deep stabbing of the strings. And from there, I created a nice little melody out of that matches with the kick. And I thought, man, that's catchy. Added that in with my little simple percussive hit here. And it's... was like, man, that does have some feel to it. And that really, honestly, I only used that in like the last part of the bridge. It was from these other kicks that I did here that the rest of the song kind of took shape. So from there, just kind of with everything, I started out with this chord progression for guitar for the chorus. But anyway, so then the chorus came together. In the verse here, the Fright Night kick comes into play pretty heavily. It matches along with the drums. So I layered the Fright Night kick over just the regular drums in the verse. So you see how that kind of flows together, and where I kind of found the backing for the song with this. And then from there, I added in some synth bass. Nice little 808 stuff. And then some keys to go along with that. Very Phantom of the Opera-y, so to speak. And from there, that's how the entire song came together. Now, I did use some other samples throughout the song that I'll show you here. So for the bridge, I've got a sample from Hellraiser. Demons to some, angels to others.
Demons to some, angels to others.
So I basically just kind of sampled that first part here and chopped it up a little bit so it meshed in line. So it's basically this with a little bit of chop, and then I added on some distortion and a little bit of echo. So it starts out as this.
Demons to some, angels to others.
And then I brought the demons into the sampler, and I added a bit of a delay to it. So then we've got
demons.
And then in the other track, same type of thing, but with angels. So those in conjunction are running.
Demons.
We are
Angels. Demons. Angels.
And then, of course, that goes along with the strings that are running alongside it.
Demons. Angels. Demons. Angels. Demons. Angels. Demons. Angels.
And then that kicks into the full crescendo of the rest of the bridge with the rest of the strings and the psycho parts starting here. Build that up. I added in these like very interesting clown samples. Mega spooky. And then added in with everything with the Fright Night kick that comes in and the psycho samples that comes in. That whole last part of the bridge sounds as such. But of course, there are traditional drums that layer in over the Fright Night kick, so the full thing sounds like this. And then we just go into the rest of it. I really wanted to take the time to make like the catchiest possible pop rock song that had to do with the most macabre and delightful time of the year. I thought that was an interesting juxtaposition of two themes that are together sonically that kind of mesh into what I think is one of the catchy songs I've ever written, and I'm a big fan of it. This is the opening track off of the EP coming out on October 30th that will have 4 other songs, a couple of covers, and some collaborations with my buddy Boss Battle Tim. But yeah, I wanted to take a minute and show you a little bit of my process on how I took 2 samples from some horror movies and created a pop rock Halloween anthem out of just those 2 samples. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video, and appreciate you always consuming this content. The Welcome to Fright Night EP drops October 30th on all streaming platforms. Like, subscribe, press that like button, and you guys have a great, fantastic day. Thank you so much.